Marcus Sasser down. Let's hope this is nothing serious.
Houston is a 5 seed, and I swear to God, Houston should have been on the bubble. Picking the 12 seed, I only know who it is. Put the 12 seed on. Put him on the done. Oh, Jelly Walker, done.
I'll
done.
take UAB.
Done.
Well, I think Jordan, Jelly Walker, and UAB are going to beat Houston. I don't trust Houston at all.
I think UAB wins the game straight up. I just can't look at this Houston roster and see a team that's going to do anything in this tournament.
I'm with you. And only a 5 seed because they really didn't get much done. But now you got to walk through a bracket where you're running into real teams. But here's the truth. There's not a team in the country that could lose 2 of its top 4 players, and you would still think they're going to have a deep run in the NCAA tournament. But I will be surprised if Houston is in the Sweet 16.
Houston advancing is a definite possibility. I think them getting seeded at 5.
See, I totally disagree. I couldn't disagree anymore.
The top team in the AAC tournament champions, regular season champions. Dream, loving every bit of it. Exclamation point! What a scene! And as a 5 seed, the Houston Cougars are moving on to the Elite Eight.
But it's now time to look forward because next year, Houston will host the Final Four.
I think we're looking at a team that is legitimately right there as the favorite, the legitimate favorite to win the national title heading into next season.
A CBS Sports Special. The road to the Final Four. Now, Brent Musburger.
Billy, the story has to be Houston. Can they win it all?
The Houston Cougars are a nightmare. They are a problem. They are relentless. That's why they are elite.
Marcus Sasser was on track to be a first-team All-American.
Sasser might have even been the player of the year.
He can score in every way imaginable.
It's crazy what he's doing this year. I mean, he's in the top 10 in almost every statistical category, not only on the offensive end, but on the defensive end.
Jamal Shead, one of the top point guards in America.
Jamal Shead has developed into an elite-level defender.
This kid is so creative, innovative. He's an artiste in the way they can find open teammates.
His assist-to-turnover ratio has just been off the charts.
With 1.7 on the clock to midcourt. That's Mark. It's gone! It's gone! Tramon Mark at the buzzer!
He is the next great one at Houston. He will be one of the best in the history of Houston.
Marks is going to be one of those guys that becomes an all-league player. And he's one of those guys that's absolutely built to sports.
Is an elite-level talent.
Dominant from Reggie Chaney.
Reggie is one of those dudes that's got a little money, but Reggie's a competitor.
He is a warrior that fits Houston's system. Jarace Walker is a one-man rebounding machine.
Been a bit of a godsend.
One of the best offensive rebounders we have in the college game. It's been a long time since I've seen one guy wear out an entire team like Jamal Roberts is doing.
Jarace feeds inside Roberts. He throws it down for the Houston lead.
Talk about a young guy coming in and just making his mark with effort. Ramon Walker has been that guy.
Former the best player coming out of the city of Houston.
Is there a player with a higher hustle play per 40-minute rating than Ramon Walker?
Kelvin said us before the game, Junior Francis, he may be the best shot blocker I've ever had. And he's a true freshman.
Francis will put down a windmill.
7'5" wingspan, he has got some upside.
Huron Powell has become a scoring machine. Oh, wow.
Oh, stuff. One down, young fella.
Kelvin calls him one of the best shooters on the team. That quickly. Elvin!
This is Mylik Wilson, one of those new faces.
Oh, that's showtime!
Got me out of my seat.
Sunbelt Conference Freshman of the Year, Mylik Wilson.
What a block by Mylik Wilson.
That's your point guard with that defensive play.
Mylik Wilson rising up.
With 17 points and 12 rebounds.
And the one-hand flush for Mylik Wilson.
McDonald's All-American, including IMG's Jarace Walker.
Jarace Walker is a point forward with a power forward size and strength. A constant double-double. Toughest mismatch. Finesse and physicality. He's headed to Houston.
He makes momentum-changing plays. Let's see if it can turn the tide.
Oh, how about another? Jarace Walker, I've got your momentum-changing
Magic Quay.
One of the top players in 2022, one of the top rising, one of the best scorers in the entire country, Emanuel Sharp.
Emanuel's one of those kids just has a knack for putting the biscuit in the basket. Can really score. There's a lot of guys that can score but can't shoot, and there's a lot of guys that can shoot but can't score. Emanuel is one of those guys that can do both. What he can do with the basketball in terms of scoring, you can't teach.
I see this being a great fit for UHathletics and for Terrance Arceneaux. Kelvin Sampson got one of the top 30 players in the country.
Porcher gives it out to Arceneaux. Arceneaux! Getting into Arceneaux. Arceneaux for the win! Yes! This game, it's over!
Shoot a three. He can put the ball on the deck. He can make reads. He can play on a ball screen. He can post up. He's a defensive dynamo.
And Bowser cleaning it up. Goodness me.
Bowser is more of a guy who can clean up the glass for you and play good defense underneath.
Whenever it comes to just being around the rim, you can count on Darius Bowser.
Bowser and the throwdown.
It's Darius with the soft touch.
Hall of Fame college coach. Nobody's teams play harder, smarter, tougher.
Relentless defensive effort.
The way they are moving their feet and they are tied together, this is beautiful to watch here for Houston. I smell a championship.
You get Tramon Mark back. You put Marcus Sasser on that team.
Houston's good enough to win a national championship.
The will to win for Houston has been unreal.
But they found a way, somehow, some way.
So my message to our program and to our fans, people that support us, is that thank you. Our kids poured their hearts out, and we're not going anywhere. We'll be back.
Can they win it all? They can win it all. It's a tremendous group of athletes, and I think anybody who's seen their program knows this